I put kids first because kids mean everything to me. I love working with kids. I'm passionate about working with kids, and I want them to have zealous advocates just like a defendant does. I'm a prosecutor and I specialize in sexual assault cases. Something that I think is important about these types of cases that really appealed to me is the kids need somebody who, prior to trial, they feel really comfortable with. Something a lot of people don't know is that at trial, kids can't have their moms, their dads, their brothers, their sisters with them, and so they need somebody that they've grown to trust to help them through the process.
These are not plug-and-play type of cases. These are cases where your relationship with your victim may make the difference between whether they can come in and tell their story or whether they come in and freeze up. And the thought that she takes the time, I think, to sort of nurture those relationships is very, very important.
When I work with Mimi, I know that she's going to do everything that she can, and she will put everything that she has into getting justice for victims.
A lot of people, when they hear that I prosecute child sexual assault, they think that's something that they couldn't do or it'd be too difficult. And it is difficult, but the kids on my cases are incredible. They're so brave. They go through oftentimes one of the most difficult processes of their lives and describing some of the most embarrassing, painful, intimate moments of their lives. And I'm just blown away by the bravery of the kids that I work with.
I got 3 adult kids now, but when I look back on just, my kids when they're young, I'll get emotional now, but it's just, it is very hard work. You have the most vulnerable victims, and what they go through is, it's really, I said, it's soul killing.
This work is hard. It can take a lot out of you. You have to look at places where you can find small victories and rewards. And sometimes it's just that child knowing that people believed them and supported them through this really difficult process for them.
My boss calls this soul-crushing work because it's really difficult to do long-term. It takes a toll on you. You think about it. When you go home at night, there's no not thinking about it. I think in order to drum up the motivation that you need to keep working on these cases, it's important to put yourself in those kids' shoes and think about how they're feeling through this process. And we can all go back to times that we were scared when we were kids and think about how that felt and realize what these kids are going through.
Children may not have as much support from their caregivers, and so Mimi pays attention to those details. She pays attention to what the child needs throughout the process, whether that's a little more time to visit with her, extra support, additional therapy. She stays on top of those things for her cases to make sure that the child is truly ready to be able to talk about what happened to them. So if there isn't someone that can be supportive for that child, Mimi will step in and be that supportive person for them.
Mimi puts kids first because she is always going to be an advocate for them in their corner.
She's a fighter. She's a fighter, and she will fight for victims.